Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have Serendipity by Spiriting Away to Anime on AO3. The link will be in the description, and let's go ahead and get into it. Kozume Kenma and the world-renowned gaming streamer Kodzuken were two very different people. While both more reserved and had colorful language, you could tell there was a barrier between Kenma's on- and off-screen lives. Kenma was your favorite gamer boy, as much as you teased him about getting off the Switch and going outside. He wore the cat ear headphones you had got him for his birthday as a gag gift, and waited for Kuro's weekly check-in call every Thursday afternoon. Even changed his streaming schedule so that he and his friend had more than 20 minutes to talk. He was a quiet person, but had a certain soft and romantic side to him that you loved. Kodzuken, on the other hand, was a very different person entirely. He was more secretive about his private life, leaving the privacy of his friends and family up to them. You weren't one for being super popular on social media, so you weren't on Kenma's streams very often. Actually, you were pretty sure you'd never actually been on a stream. Not that you couldn't be, you just tended to leave him alone when he was live. There was a lot of speculation and questions buzzing about on his Tumblr tag when someone noticed the engagement ring on his finger. The two of you laughed about it, going through the posts about his secret significant other. You agreed you would get on a stream one day, just to introduce yourself, but you didn't know when that day would be. Today, however, you felt particularly clingy and cold. He was on a stream, promising to get to the end of the game he'd been playing for weeks now, and you already had to eat dinner without him. Now it was getting late into the evening, and you wanted to cuddle. What better way to introduce yourself was there? You knew better than to surprise him when he was in the middle of a round. But it was the best time to walk into the room unnoticed. He was so deep in his computer he paid no attention to the door slowly creaking open and you walking in. He stood just out of frame of the camera, watching him play. You loved watching the games he played, but your favorite part of video games with him was watching him. On a day-to-day basis, Kenma was a pretty reserved guy, but the one thing you could get him fired up about was his video games. He was so passionate about it, that and his apple pie, and you loved the way his eyes lit up from more than just the screen. He beat the battle he was on and got to a cutscene. You noticed he was about to start talking about the fight, but paused and smiled at you. "I was going to surprise you," you teased. "You have room for a player too?" "It's a one-player game, babe. I'm sorry." You glanced at the screen in front of him that monitored his stream, and the comments were blowing up. Everyone was desperate to know who this mystery person was. You saw comment after comment come in, most asking questions, some gushing about the fact that he called you babe, and others spamming heart emojis. "Then make room," you teased, walking into view of the camera. You sat sideways across his lap, laying your head on his shoulder so you could see the screen. He smirked, turning back to the camera. "Alright then, I wasn't expecting to do this tonight, but everyone, this is my fiancé listener. Say hi, I guess." "Hi everyone, I'm the reason your favorite streamer actually gets his butt off his game and gets 8 hours of sleep so he can function in the morning," you remarked, then leaning up to kiss his cheek. "Go back to playing, I was just cold." He hummed in reply, leaning forward slightly to read the comments. Alright. Guys, save your questions. I'm going to make a post on Twitter tomorrow about a Q&A, so you guys can ask stuff now that they're here. Let's finish this game tonight though, yeah? He went back to playing soon after, as he normally would, but this time you were curled up comfortably in his lap. Between fights and during cutscenes, you noticed he relaxed against you. He sometimes put his chin on top of your head, pulling one of his arms away from his computer so he could hug you. He smiled, dropping little kisses on his cheek. As time went on, he started to get more tired, but had no interest in leaving. Your eyelids felt heavier the longer you stayed there, comfortable against your fiancé. Go to sleep, darling, he mumbled to you, kissing the top of your head between rounds. I'll get you in bed in a bit. I love you. You hum, curling in a little closer to him. Love you too, Kenma, you reply, feeling a little laughter bubble up in his chest. You're popular, he replied. We really have to do that Q&A when you're up for it. Sleep first, questions later. Everyone says goodnight and sweet dreams. Tell everyone goodnight for me then. He only smiled lightly, kissing your temple. Good night, listener. Alright, that's the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever. Goodbye!